New York City is about to elect an openly socialist mayor. And I don't blame the people for being pissed. I don't think they have the right reaction, but they are correct to be mad. Here's why. Wealth gap, top 10% own 70% of the wealth, up from 60% in 1990. The gap is growing. Top 1% own 50% of the stocks. Next, second through 50th% own 49.5. Bottom 50% own 0.5% of the stocks. Asset ownership, bottom 50%. Bottom half of the country owns $0.3 trillion worth of stock. Top 1% owns $16 trillion worth of stock. 53-to-1 ratio. The big one, the one that makes me the most angry, I'm sure that makes most people angry, is right here. Since 2020, the stock market up 45%, real estate up 35%, wages up 3.5 to 4%. All that money that they printed during the COVID scam, during the lockdowns, when they decided who was and was not necessary, it all went into assets. It was the biggest redistribution of wealth from the poor to the rich in world history. And it continues to this day via inflation, via dollar debasement. The middle class is shrinking. Top 10%, their spending power is only growing. And it's all because of the dollar's collapse. Since 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard, it's been nothing but debasement and lower spending power per dollar since. It's not about the tax rates, not about the policies, not about capitalism. It's about this. Hey, so what are you going to do about this? I think you've got three options. If you're a wage earner, you have to start becoming an asset owner. There's two ways to do that. One is start saving. Start spending less than you make and putting those savings into hard assets that benefit from this dollar debasement. Now, you might not be able to afford a house right now. You might not be able to afford real estate, but you can afford some gold. They sell it a little bit at a time. You can afford Bitcoin. You can buy $1 Bitcoin at a time. Stocks, there's zero commission trading with very low minimum deposits where you can get involved and start owning some of the companies that are benefiting from this. Transitioning from spending to buying hard assets, buying productive assets. Number two, there's never been a better time to create wealth and to create the asset that you want to own. You've got open source AI, global technology. You hold in the palm of your hand access to all of the knowledge mankind has ever had in the history of the world. You hold in the palm of your hand an AI agent that can make sense of it and make it actionable for you. You hold in the palm of your hand a communication tool that can reach anyone in the world in milliseconds. Nothing like this has ever existed. All you need is a little curiosity and ingenuity, and you can create the asset that everyone else wants to own, that you own, that benefits from this entire phenomenon. And if you're an asset owner, think about the type of asset I want to own, the type of asset I want to create, and therefore own. I want it to be scarce, and I want it to be sovereign. I want it to be mine. I want it to be very difficult to confiscate. Inventions and ideas, very difficult to confiscate. Bitcoin, very difficult to confiscate. Gold, pretty difficult to confiscate. Can be done, but pretty difficult. So I like creating and owning things that I control, that I can hold in my pocket or in my mind, and leveraging those into the future. So that's the game plan. We got a K-shaped economy. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're probably coming for your assets, but you have to own assets. It's a tough conundrum. You got to thread that needle. We're going to figure it out together.